Hi everyone, it's Cheryl here with Cheryl K. Kaszazz with Cheryl K. We're doing the spinner card, which is just, it's take two. So the center there will spin around. This is just a normal size card. Card base from Kaszazz, 21 centimeters by 14.8. And then I've cut image in the middle and I've done a die cut that's symmetrical. So I can join it on both sides and it looks the same. That's the inside. This one's going to be a little bit different than I've just done because this was my prototype, and as you can see it's a little bit needs adjusting. So that's what we're going to make. Now I was just explaining everything and it's cut off, so what I've done with this, I'll just move this out the way. What I've done, because the die that I use has got a thick blade, a deep blade, so I was able to cut 3 layers at once, and the ones that I'm using are from Kaszazz, and these are the scalloped ones, and they've got a really deep blade, so I was able to do 3. If you've got to do one at a time, that's okay. You just have to line each layer up where you want it. So do your first layer, know where you want it, and then mark each one as you go. Now because I was lucky enough to do mine together, you don't need 3 layers either, you can just do the top layer. I just wanted 3 with the border. So I glued these 2 together to start with, and the pink layer is 10 centimeters by 14.5, so that'll give me a border of white, and then the next one, this colored paper, is 9.5 by 14, so I get another border there. Now I glued these 2 together and then sat them where I wanted them on the card base, and used a little bit of washi tape to secure it where I wanted it. Just take some of the sticky off the washi tape, that way it doesn't take up any of your paper. And to do that, just put it on your clothes a little bit and then stick it softly on. Now, because I could do all 3 at once, I stuck that in there like that, ran it through my machine, and it cut through everything at once, and then I could pull that away. The reason why we need to have this knot stuck onto that yet is because we're going to put our string on the base, and then we'll put our string on here and then sit that down like that. When you're choosing a die cut to do this, choose one that your centerpiece will fit in freely. So this little butterfly is also from a kit that I got from Kaszazz with Gemini. There it is there. It's got a couple of little things. So that goes in the center, and I can see that it's going to move freely around in that gap. So that's what I'm using for mine. Use any shape you like, a circle, a square, a heart, whatever works. When you're doing the little spinner, just make sure it's symmetrical, so when you turn it over, each side is the same, that you can match them up so they look even like this. So both sides of that match evenly, and it just looks like the one piece. Okay, so with this one, what we're going to do is put that one aside for a second. I've got these 2 glued together, so we're going to turn that over. I've just glued up my butterflies because hopefully we can take that off in a second. Glued these up and then the video stopped, so we started again. And I've used glue dots in the center of these just so I can help secure the cotton when I put it down. And the cotton that I've used is just regular embroidery machine cotton, because that's what I first grabbed. I imagine that ordinary cotton would do the same thing. So I did have a length. Oh, I found it. So here's the length of cotton, and just make sure that it's long enough to go through your image there. And I've centered my image so the scallop is here and here, because that's the way I wanted you position it how you want, where on the card that you want. Just make sure you got enough room on the sides so it's not too close to the edges. You can do any shape card. This will work on any shape card. You just need to work out your measurements for your card bases and your layering. So what we're going to do here is lay this through the center here of my butterfly. Can you see that all right? And I'm just going to use a little pokey tool because we want that to be in the center and level. So I'm just going to try not to make a mess. Oh, you bugger. So that's well and truly messed up, isn't it? well and truly stuck on there. Okay, there we go. Now to lay this one on top. So I'm just going to try and match up best I can, and because there's a bit of glue as well, I should be able to just wiggle it until we get it nice and flush. And that on this particular foil paper, we should be able to take off a lot of that glue when we're all finished. Polish it off. Polish it all off. So depending on what cardstock you use, if you just use regular cardstock, you might not be able to clean it away so freely. But there we go. Making a bigger mess. There's our butterfly. I'm just going to rub some of the glue off so it looks nice and shiny again. Maybe don't use so much glue, that might be handy. Alright, we'll finish that after. So that's the general idea. And then we have to stick it down. Oh geez, you don't want to be watching me pull glue. So then that is going to center that like that. We're going to put some tape, little bits of tape to secure this there, all the way down and up the top where the cotton's going to sit. And we're going to do around the edges, obviously, to put our card down on the base. You can put a bit of wet glue around the cutout if you like, which I might do just around the little scallops there. So to start with, pull off these end ones. So we can put our image on. Okay. You can put it where you want it, in the center there, so it can move freely. It's got even around. Stick that down there. I might pick that up a little bit. It isn't hard, it's just me making it look hard. Put in, I've got to center it into the center of into the center of that flower bit there, that scallop. So that'll go there. I was going to put a bit of tape across the top of it to sandwich it in. And then this bit, pull it tight or taut enough down here. Now what I find, try and twist it a little bit, that way when we glue it down, stick it down, it's already got that twist in it. So it's already got a spin ready to happen. Now pull it taut without pulling it out of that section, so that way it's not baggy in the center. And it's in the center there. Put another bit of tape just across that to secure that, even though when we put it down it will secure on the card. Alright, we're nearly done. I'll pull all this tape off and we'll put some wet glue on and put it on the card base. just because I've got a bit of a scallop there, I'm just going to put a little bit around. Cut the extra off. We don't need the extra. Hope you find it a bit easier than what I'm showing you. More clumsy tonight. Line up your pattern where you've cut. And there we go. There's our spinning element. Okay, and because this one here, I stuck all the front down before I thought about putting the string on, so that's why I've done an extra piece at the back here to cover up the string. It needs tidying up there now, but anyway, that's another option if you're only using the one and you forget. Do something on the back, whether it's a full piece or just another cutout of the die, and I just used two, the next size up from this one, to give me that border. Put them both together, give them an even distance apart, and then run them through. So now I've just got the 2 layers inside, so this is my inside layer, and this one is 9.8 by 14. And you don't have to put 2 layers in, you don't have to put any layers in, but I just find that it makes the card a little bit more sturdy, even if you just put one layer in. And I'm not going to do any stamping on it tonight. I just wanted to show you the basic how to do the spinning element, and you know, you just use whatever shapes you have. There we go. So there we go, girls. I hope that was clear enough, even though I fumbled. You still get the general idea. Got any questions, let me know. They're pretty, aren't they? So just, it's up to you what you use in the centre. Just make sure it's got clearance all around for it to swing. All right, well, have fun. Send me a picture if you make one. Thanks, bye.